Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks big time. So fuck you, person. Fuck you hard.
On that note, go ahead.
You will burn in hell.
Welcome
for that.
to the AOTF podcast, the Attack of the Fanboy Podcast. This is number 21, our 21st episode. I am Kyle.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Will.
We're going to not talk too much about cars. We're going to talk more about video games. Starting with, we have one story. I picked these especially because we have one story for each major console, starting with the Wii U. They lost what I think is one of their greatest exclusives. This has been rumored forever. Like rumors, not even rumors, like solid rumors. Like people knew this was coming, but Zombie U is going to be coming to the Xbox One and the PS4 and the PC. Any thoughts on that? Did you guys play Zombie U?
I did. I actually reviewed it for the site.
That's why you got Wii U, right?
One of the reasons. Well, that was Zombie U is definitely one of the reasons, and I think we've already talked about this. I just don't understand. I didn't read. I saw the news today, but obviously I was. I wasn't in a spot to kind of look deeper into it, but my major concern, and I don't know if they addressed it in the announcement, is what the fuck? I mean, what is going to make the gamepad is what made that game stand out on the Wii U.
Yeah,
which the gamepad features.
Yep.
Okay, so otherwise that's just a first-person zombie game. Kinda,
yeah. And they also removed the multiplayer. Which did you ever dabble in that?
I think I did, but it's been a few years. I would need a refresher on that.
It was genuinely fantastic. The only problem with it is that it was so hard to play because it had to be local. It was only 2 players. One person was running around.
Oh yeah. Well, people, you worked as a team. Yeah, I remember.
No, the other person was spawning zombies to fight against you. They were
was it like the director mode for Left 4 Dead?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, the other player would, on the gamepad, like, move around and spawn zombies wherever they wanted. It was really, really awesome. So that's gone. The map is moved off the game. Obviously it's off the gamepad and onto the screen. They're still going to try and have a minimal HUD like they did before. And the inventory is just a standard pull up the inventory, but it doesn't pause the game. So there is still tension. You can't see if zombies are coming at you unless they're like right in the right spot where you can see them around your inventory. So they're taking it pretty seriously. But yeah, that gamepad was a big part of the game. I'm not sure.
It just doesn't seem like a great game without it.
Yeah. I think it will be a decent game. I think the only reason that I really care about this is that I want more Zombie U games, but I want them on the Wii U. So if this does well, we'll probably get a sequel that doesn't come out on the Wii U.
If this does well, maybe Nintendo will be like, well, fuck it. Let's put Bayonetta on all platforms.
And then we'll throw a party.
Does that even make any sense?
No, they'd be like, look how good Ubisoft did with this. They took it off the Wii U, put it on all these platforms. We'll do the same with Bayonetta. Money. We'll be swimming in it.
Money.
Sega will be swimming in it. Not Nintendo, really.
What? Nintendo published that game, I thought.
Yeah. That's the thing. Nintendo would kind of get screwed because they publish it for their platform, and then Sega goes, all right, let's put it on other platforms now.
Well, no.
Sega's not doing shit. Nintendo owns that game, because if Sega owned it, they would have already done that.
Yeah.
Is that a fact?
Nintendo
I think that's just business.
I'm sure part of their contract or whatever is that they own and can decide what to do with that game.
Yeah.
That is
pretty sure. It would be like somebody saying, look, I know you own Halo, Microsoft, but we're just going to put this somewhere else. If Bungie was to say that, back in the day. I guess. Maybe that's not quite the same. Sega wasn't really the developers, Platinum Games, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Bring Bayonetta to all the platforms, Nintendo. That's what we're trying to say here. That's what we're trying to say here.
And play a Bayonetta all you want.
There's just no reason to, Kyle. And Zombie U is proof.
All right. So
No, there are a lot of good games.
you, so it'll have improved graphics, the usual kind of transitions to the more powerful consoles. They also are adding new melee weapons. There's a couple of things that they're trying to add in there. I'm definitely interested. I do want to go back and play Zombie U. I mean, it's still one of my favorite Wii U games. And
I wonder if it stands up, though. I bet it does. That gamepad stuff, I just remember it being very, very... just perfectly designed for that sort of game.
Yep.
You know, looking around with that... in that kind of viewfinder sort of mode.
Yeah, there were
graphically it looked bad.
Well,
I don't know, but that was at that time, like that was right when the Wii U was coming out. I thought it looked okay because remember the Xbox One and the Xbox One and PS4 weren't out yet. So compared to what was out there, that game looked good. So my major concern with playing this on Xbox One or PS4 or PC or anywhere is just that it's just going to be a boring first-person zombie game with no gimmick.
I think on PC, especially because part of it was they played into the flaws essentially. Like, and what I mean by that is it was straight survival horror, and using a controller, it was a little cumbersome in that first-person view, just as kind of controllers are compared to a mouse and keyboard. But it worked. It made it feel more real. It made it feel more difficult, and it raised that tension level. And I feel like on PC, I'll just be able to quick turn and smack people in the head and all that. You lose a lot of that suspense. I mean, maybe they'll have something for that, a lockdown mouse speed. I don't know what they can really do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting to see.
Cash grab.
I mean, it is because Zombie U sold like shit.
Yeah.
Which is
I wonder
very
if it'll be
unfortunate.
up-resed and stuff.
Yeah, they said improved graphics, so that should be 1080p at least. I would hope.
But that's the thing, though. Look, judging by that trailer that we saw today, it did not look at all up-resed. It looked pretty bad.
No, you're judging it on the actual quality of the graphics, not the resolution. Like, hold on. I bet the trailer runs at 1080p. I'm gonna look it up. Zombie trailer. Finding movies. Here we go. Yeah, runs at 1080p. So, as far as resolution goes, the trailer was 1080p. Now, I know you're hitting on the graphics because it is a 2012 game that was on the Wii U launch, so it's not going to be the best looking game out there today. But that's not really, you don't expect that from a port like this. Right?
It just depends if they don't promise, it depends on how much they promise. If they're trying to sell it as something that it's not, then, maybe you should expect that.
I think as long as this is a $40 game,
that's not bad.
they'd be set. They'd be fine.
$30, and I'd buy it. 30.
I'd give you 10.
Call up Ubisoft and haggle with them.
Free.
I'd give you 30 for it.
Name your price.
You up-res that thing? I don't think you did.
30 frames?
Package it with
They should be able to
Creed.
get it to like 1080p 60 frames, right?
They should be able to, whether they will or not. This is Ubisoft, who has said before that 30 frames is more cinematic.
Yeah, and this is more of a cinematic sort of game.
But 30 frames is not more cinematic. I don't think that it would definitely look better in 60 frames, but we'll find out. So it's coming out August 18th. It's actually pretty soon, just over 2 weeks away from time of recording.
Yeah, Ubisoft's just dropping them.
Yep.
They don't need lead time in marketing. They don't want people to give them bad press. They just get them ready to go out the door and then announce them and release them.
My ideal scenario, this sells well, and so they announced Zombie U 2.
Get the hell out of here. This is not going to sell well. I mean, maybe it will. I bet it's going to get
sell well,
shitty
like,
reviews.
I think the people like me who have evangelized Zombie U for the last 3 years have built up enough of an audience
Yeah,
that if this is priced right, enough people will buy this that it becomes a successful franchise. It's not going to be a 5 million sales game,
No.
but maybe they could get a nice little chunk of change. Be good for them.
Yeah, Ubisoft. Be good for them because they're not making any money.
Well, it'd be good for the Zombie U team, which is now the Zombie team. No you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always down for a good zombies game. I want Valve to make another Left 4 Dead.
I want Valve to make another game.
They make too much money in Dota.
Stop Dota.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Just stop the Dota.
Stop the Dota.
Make a Left 4 Dead, a Portal, a Half-Life. I don't care. Ricochet. Apparently, people like Ricochet. Make another one of those. That's fine by me.
I'll take Left 4 Dead.
No matter what happens, though, they can only count to 2. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Make a Left 4 Dead. Left 2 Dead that is only 2 players. But you can do split screen, and that makes it 4. And
You know what? If you're going to buy Zombie on PC, you should just buy Left 4 Dead instead.
Pretty much.
That's my
It's a totally different
advice.
experience, though. It's as much as I liked the multiplayer, it was a single player game. It was really built around that, and it worked.
Tense.
Where you felt like you were alone. If you died, you went all the way back to the room and had to go. You lost all of your items. This was kind of Dark Souls before. I don't know if this came out before Demon Souls, though.
No.
I doubt it.
No.
Demon Souls came out in 2009.
Yeah. It's okay. Chill out, Anthony.
And then Dark Souls came out in
Took
2011.
that idea and made it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it was all
I don't
your
even
items.
know if I don't even think after Demons and Dark Souls that was like, oh, people like this. That was still pretty niche at the time.
Yep.
So I don't think that's necessarily taken from them, but those ideas of survival, putting them into a zombie game are kind of fun, but I don't know. I just don't see, personally, the gamepad was the thing, because at that time, that was right when the Wii U was coming out, people were actually thinking about, how can we use this thing? How can we use this thing in interesting ways to make new sort of gameplay experiences that you can't get anywhere else, before people just basically gave up on it?
I mean, to this day, Zombie U is still one of the few games that really took advantage of the gamepad. It's definitely one of the only third-party games that did.
Yeah, I mean, and that was one of those magical things. I mean, compared to all the stuff that came out, it was like, well, Batman uses it. Most of them was like inventory management. Nobody did anything, and that was one of the games that did. And it was kind of like, oh, if everybody put this much work into it, the Wii U could have some really awesome games. Unfortunately, like Zombie U they don't sell very well.
Yeah,
but that's why I don't understand how this game can possibly work. I hear you. I hear you where you want them to make more zombie games, because then you'll get another Zombie U2 on the Wii U, while everyone else gets the scraps.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how it works. I don't know how good of a game that would have been without that. And it's hard to take that away from it and kind of analyze it without it, because we haven't seen it.
Yep. But we will hopefully find out in just over 2 weeks. August 18th, Zombie releases for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And our next story is Windows 10 came out, and Xbox One is all different now. Actually, it didn't come out on... I don't think Xbox One has upgraded as of yet, but some of the features are starting to roll out. Anthony, you actually have Windows 10. I'm waiting on my upgrade on my Surface. I'm trying to expedite it a little bit, but it's not working well. So one of the probably the bigger features is that you can stream your games from your Xbox One to your PC. Has anyone been able to test that out just yet?
I haven't.
Anthony? No.
I haven't, sadly, because the Xbox One app, or the Xbox app on Windows 10, for me, it requires me to upgrade, like update the app, but I can't seem to figure out how to update it. It's not
Yeah.
updating.
There's been a lot of
Yeah,
reports
but-
of issues. I mean, this was a massive launch. I mean,
You want to try a live test? I can try it.
yeah.
I can.
I
I
say
just
go
don't
for it.
know. I know we have a story up there on how to do it. Anthony, how do you
Yes.
do it? You click the Xbox button.
You click the Xbox button. Well, make
Yep,
sure you go back
yep.
to your Xbox One, and on Xbox One, it's like allow connectivity with other stuff, with other
I'm pretty sure I have that already.
devices. Yeah, and then now you go back to your PC. You go to the Xbox
Alright.
app.
Welcome
Auto-
back.
auto
Welcome
load.
back. I'm in. Here's how I look on Xbox Live. Let's play.
On the left-hand side, there'll be an option that says Connect. I don't have that
Mm-hmm.
option, which because I didn't update. Apparently, my Xbox app didn't update when I updated for Windows 10.
Okay, this looks okay. This is actually a kind of an intuitive layout. It's got all your recent games on the left, the games you played on your Xbox One. It's got some featured stuff like, the free Microsoft games that you would have normally found in like the Windows game store. It's got like Crossy Road, cute Zynga game, Star Wars. Looks like some sort of free Forza. See your friends list. Full friends list. That's pretty neat. You can start a party on here. I forgot about that feature. That sounds pretty cool. Let's try one. So you can stream those games to your PC.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. How? How you do it?
You go to
How you do
there
it?
Should be a connect. There should be a connect button. There should be
All right,
a
I see
connect
that.
button.
I see it.
I thought
Click
you were
it.
asking generally.
Xbox One not listed. Enter your console's IP address. Shit.
So are you on
You
the
have to
same
turn your
network?
Xbox on.
Oh, you have to turn your
Turn
Turn
Xbox,
your Xbox on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on. This
It
is
says
gonna
it
get
works
hairy.
better. It works better if you're in the same room as your Xbox One,
live-
but
Live demo should
yeah.
be interesting.
Live demo.
Live-
Live radio.
Live demo.
This is where we
Live
are in
pre-recorded.
2015.
demo.
Live. Yes. Wait. We are talking to him from the past. It's only been about 12 hours, though. Here we go. Still not listed. I'm on.
I mean, there have been a lot of issues where, like Anthony said, his one app didn't update, therefore he couldn't do it. So it's kind of slow
Anthony-
going at the moment.
Anthony, how do you get to the part where it says connect to the other devices on the Xbox One?
Preferences. Like
Yeah.
as soon as you go to settings, it'll say preferences.
Settings,
And there'll be an option.
preferences. Settings, preferences, allow play to streaming, checked.
There you go.
Okay.
Uh,
So enter your console's IP address. So I should go to network. Where's network? Network's first one. Set up advanced settings, maybe.
this is an
Okay.
adventure.
Adventure.
It is.
Adventures in
riveting.
Windows 10. Riveting stuff.
What's gonna happen?
It's probably not going to work. Let's go. I'm in. Connect to your Xbox One.
That
Now
better?
playing. I am in, actually. Apparently.
And now you can plug your Xbox One controller straight into your computer via the USB thing that came
The
with it or
PC
whatever.
isn't connected to an Xbox controller. Attach one and try again.
There you
There you
go.
go.
All right.
Looking
Connected.
good.
Look,
Do it
Anthony,
for
how
you.
many times have you tried this today? You are like a wizard. You've got this down. Are you looking at something that's showing you how to do this, or?
No,
You
I
just
don't have.
Rain Manning this shit. Let's.
I don't have a how to stream Xbox One games to a Windows 10 PC opened by Kyle Hansen, written on
okay.
Attack of the Fanboy at all.
Okay. Well, this
Definitely
seems to
not.
be a pretty goddamn accurate representation of what's going on here.
It is,
Yeah, it's
It is a 6-step process, so that's not.
Oh shit! Wait.
7-step.
Okay. I'm in.
Seventh step
I am
is- there is no
actually.
seventh
This is
step.
right here on my desktop. This is pretty cool. There's a little bit of
Is
artifact.
it working?
Yep.
How's the delay? That's the biggest concern.
There
I have.
is a little one, but not significant. I'm about to play some
Probably
Call of
not.
Duty. Watch this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Of course
not
he is.
Call of Duty. Not Call
Why?
of Duty. Not
Play
Halo.
Witcher. Play Witcher.
Oh,
Play Witcher.
Even like
That.
yeah.
I can get in and test
delay
this.
is going to screw those games up.
What, Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to play it. I want to see. I want to see how close we are. You are not signed into a profile. You will not be able to save your progress. Yeah?
That's that
Is
Call
that the
of
Call of
Duty
Duty
music.
music?
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
That's that duty.
That's
That duty.
He's got the duties. Oh
That
boy.
duty. Come on. There might be something messed up. I should have just tried Geometry Wars. It seems to be working pretty well. But Halo Wars was listed on the left side. I wonder if that one works.
Halo Wars should work if
You must be signed into Xbox Live to play Xbox Live matches. Well, what the fuck?
No shit.
Choose this person. I'm in. Is Xbox Live down again?
Breaking.
Breaking from yesterday. We were one of the first to experience the widespread outages. I'm in.
No, it's good. The IGN app is down, but it's always down.
I am in.
Cool.
I'm gonna try one real quick one to see how this works. Hardcore kill confirmed, of course. Put me in something quick so I can see. This is actually pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, that's why I want to.
Honestly,
I
don't know about that. Is that power? I mean, is there CPU power you think needed for that at all? Or
no,
is it all?
It's literally just
router?
streaming video. Yeah, it's streaming video and sending signals back.
Because like going back and forth between like menu items and stuff feels 1-to-1.
Okay.
Which like,
but it's in game feels a little bit delayed.
I don't know. I haven't played a game yet. I'm about to get in for just a quick minute of hardcore kill confirmed. See what this feels like. It looks a little bit down resed actually. It doesn't look like full 1080p.
Yeah, that's to be expected, I'd say.
That's because your Xbox is stronger than your PC.
Yeah, right.
True story.
True story. Yeah, I just think I think there's a little bit of artifacting you could see, like when I first turned it on. It's not perfect. It doesn't look like a PC game. That's for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, just having the option is pretty cool. Just being able.
Oh yeah, when it pops in, there's definitely a lot of like artifacts.
Like I'm thinking about
when you're turning and moving quick, doesn't look very good. It looks like it drops frames and stuff. Oh shit, this thing's all over the place.
Oh shit.
Fucking yeah, I got a kill right off the bat. Here we go. Going for number 2. Oh yeah, dude, this is horrible.
Like
this is
Walken. What the hell?
This is horrible. What? This is garbage.
Wow.
I can't
play this. Opinion.
There is no way you could possibly play this. This is shitty.
Yeah, you gotta play some
review.
You gotta play.
I think my Xbox, my PC is about to explode. I'm about to have a seizure.
Play slower games.
Now, before we
finalize
this live review on the podcast,
0 out of 5.
In the same room.
This is not worth it.
Playing in the same room.
I'm 5 feet away from the goddamn Xbox, man. This is shitty.
Well, there you go.
I got a second kill though. I'm 2-1. Even with the shittiness.
That is a solid review right there. But
solid.
3-1. I think it might be because I'm lagging all over the place. 4-1. Okay, 1 out of 5.
It's getting better?
Yeah, just because I'm winning. No, this is shitty. Every time you turn, it gets like hung up. The artifact thing starts. It just looks like shitty digital video. 5-1.
So the big thing.
1.5 out of 5.
The takeaway.
The takeaway is this is garbage, and I'm 5 feet away from my Xbox One. There's really no reason to be playing on Windows 10. This is shit.
That's the other thing. You're only able to stream from Xbox One to PC, which is a little weird because there's not much reason to do that.
1 out of 5.
The Xbox One is almost certainly less powerful than your PC if you have a gaming PC.
Yeah.
So it's weird to stream those games. But to continue the story, Microsoft is thinking about and working on streaming from PC to Xbox, which that would be genuinely interesting.
Interesting in that it probably will not fucking work.
streaming just isn't 100%.
No, it's obviously not, because that was not a very good experience. It's a oh shit, this is my only option. If that's your only option, maybe you might get some modicum of enjoyment out of it, but for my money, I'm not doing that in almost any circumstance. There's really no reason to do that whatsoever. It's not good. I don't give a fuck what game you're playing.
A turn-based game would be fine.
I don't know about that, man. Turn-based, maybe.
Single player's not bad. Like slower games.
Those hot turn-based jams that everyone's playing these days.
Invisible Ink, Civilization.
I'm playing freaking Civilization right now.
Yeah, oh, you mean PC games to Xbox One? Yeah, for sure. There are definitely some things on PC that people would want to maybe play on the Xbox One, but then again, it's like, why not just fucking play through Steam? Doesn't Steam have streaming to your TV?
If you have a Steam, whatever their device is, either a Steam box or they have a Steam Link, I think.
Just go buy a 20-foot HDMI cord and plug it out of the back of your GTX.
Yeah, that works too.
There you go.
That would work much better, yeah. So, streaming,
it's not
the best thing in the world.
It's not going to be the best thing in the world until we all have fiber, or
inside of our house.
Yeah, and like routers are better. The thing that you're using on the back of your, the wireless adapter you're using on your computer is up to spec as well, because, mine might not be 100% the best thing out there, I mean, the results are going to vary for the kind of technology that you have. But my live experience with that right there was, I'll never do that again.
All right.
There you go.
Solid review.
1 out of 5.
I'm still anxious to try it. I want to see how it runs on my Surface, just cause. I think that might be pretty cool, just as an option. But I don't expect much out of it.
I just don't see why you would do it. I don't get any circumstance where I would want to do that. I think, in your case, I think that people with PCs, like traditional tower PCs like myself, maybe not, but maybe people with more mobile devices, things that maybe go upstairs with you or go into your bedroom or whatever the case may be, where you want to maybe continue your progress in a game, like you said, maybe not a Call of Duty, maybe something a little bit slower.
Yeah.
I could see that. But for me, personally, my setup, the way it is, the way that I'm set up, there's no reason for me to ever do that again.
All right. Damning review.
It's not damning. It's insane. When I think about what the fuck I just did, that's fucking crazy.
It is, yeah. Even if it doesn't really work now.
Even if it doesn't work 1-to-1, 100% great, it's still, it will one day.
Yep. Hopefully.
I'll be dead.
It's definitely, PS Now, On Live was pushing this a while ago. Just the idea of streaming games is a very powerful one. Not having everyone have to have a machine that is capable of running these games is pretty big if we can actually get it working.
I don't think it is pretty big. It depends. Because there's always you're always going to have caps on people, right? I mean, it's the same kind of thing as consoles, and how consoles kind of handicap developers on the PC side, because they've got to kind of play within the boundaries of what these consoles can do. And if you're playing within the boundaries of, streaming capabilities, it's really going to get down to how much can these people stream, how much detail can we put into these worlds that are going to still work within that bandwidth.
As far as streaming is concerned, a super good looking game is not that much different than a very plain game. It's just different video. So as long as your resolution is up there, if you can stream a solid 1080p non-artifact video, then...
Will you Pied Piper, Kyle? It's not happening.
Yeah, we're Pied Piper. We're going to do it.
It's not happening.
Middle out. All right?
It's not happening.
Come on. Microsoft
obviously not
needs
happening.
some middle out compression.
Microsoft is the Hooli.
Yeah. They might not like that comparison. But
it's true.
It's a good idea, even if the implementation isn't quite there. So we'll see how it turns out. Maybe it gets a little better.
I do like the party feature on being able to party up on your Windows 10. That's pretty cool.
SharePlay or what's the party feature?
Just partying up. You can party with your friends, your Xbox Live friends.
Oh.
On PC, between Xbox and PC, so that's pretty neat. That's never been possible. Even with games for Windows Live, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's nice. No matter what, it is really nice to see the Xbox and Windows merging together a little bit more and getting kind of PC gaming and console gaming mixed together. It's kind of nice. I like seeing it.
It's nice to see. I mean, and this goes into what we're talking about next. Like, these are major things that are implemented into these operating systems now because they're very, very important. I mean, it's crazy how big that gaming is in Microsoft's Windows ecosystem now. Gaming is obviously a big deal. Xbox Live is integrated into, their flagship thing, and it's a very, very big part that a lot of people want. That this part is more important to a lot of people than some of the features that some of the other features. This obviously has had a lot of work done to it. There's a lot of stuff you can do here from the Xbox Live app. It's pretty neat.
Yep. Well, we will go ahead and move on to our final story, which is
the PS.
Well,
yeah, I definitely got to try it. I would say try it.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, hopefully.
That experience right there was not good. Maybe the next one will be great. That was all just, me
I was looking to play Assassin's Creed. The Games of Gold one.
Yeah, that stuff.
I was gonna try it out.
Yep.
I mean, that's still a little fast paced, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see any of that stuff working.
Real fast.
Yeah, Call of Duty's real fast. You might have the same experience as me. You might have a better one. Hopefully, it is better for other people because the better it is, right? And maybe it's my hardware. Maybe it's my wireless adapter, or maybe it's my router, which I doubt. But who knows?
Yep. All right. Moving on. So the final story is essentially the PS4 dominating the console market at the moment. 25 million units shipped, I think. Yes.
Yeah, 25.3 million
units shipped. And just dominating. I think someone pointed out that they own 50% of the console market at the moment.
I think pretty much right now that's right.
If you add the Xbox One and the Wii U together, they total less than the PS4. So it is destroying the competition.
What's the Wii U at right now?
10 million. They just crossed the 10 million mark.
And Microsoft's at 15?
According to VG Charts, they're at 13. But VG Charts also shows PS4 at 23. So yeah, it's probably around 15.
Well, who are you going to trust, Kyle? VG Charts or Sony internal corporate numbers?
No one. They all lie.
Well, you don't know what VG Charts is. Are they shipped or sold?
Probably sold.
Yeah.
But they're also...
So that might be right. There might be 2 million consoles sitting out there in warehouses and shelves and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I wrote this story today, and for me personally, it's interesting because Sony has been on a slide for a while.
Yeah.
They've been doing poorly, and they've been, reorganizing their many businesses. And PlayStation is obviously now a huge part of that turnaround. And their quarter was a 3 million, I think a 3 million sold or shipped quarter, and that was double what Microsoft did most recently. And it's just, I mean, that's why I titled it and wrote it the way I did, because they are dominating. They are dominating Microsoft and Nintendo combined.
Yep. And I mean, we've said before, we're not 100% certain why. The PS4 is good.
Yeah.
But is it this good?
No.
No.
It's not this good.
Until Rocket League came out, I hadn't used my PS4 in months.
Don't get me wrong. I love the PlayStation 4. I think there's a lot of good stuff about it. But I don't play it. I just think that the combination of them just not doing anything wrong and Microsoft fucking shit up has just given them a can do no wrong, they just can't do atmosphere to where people are just, well, I'm getting a PlayStation, whatever. I'm not fucking with that. I don't know what that is anymore. I'm getting this.
And it's weird because at the same time, Microsoft has actually turned things around. They dropped the DRM very quickly, and ever since then, they've been listening to their audience. They put out a monthly update that adds quite a bit of features. They've improved the Xbox One considerably. I boot up my PS4 and I'm like, this is the same. What's different?
It just doesn't. It just doesn't matter. It's a snowball effect, right? They started at the top and started dominating, and they've continued to snowball, and it's not going to get any better for Microsoft. There's no way Microsoft can come back from this, because now you start getting into the things where they're winning without the big name stuff. They're winning without Uncharted. They're winning without Guerrilla Games' big game. They're winning without The Last Guardian. They're winning without any exclusives this year coming down the line. They're winning before Black Ops 3 comes out on the PlayStation 4 exclusive, that exclusive content. Once that stuff starts coming into play, the lead's going to widen. There's no way that Microsoft can come back from that. They're certainly not going to do it with Rare Replay. They're certainly not going to do it with... Those games are great for a niche audience. Those are not for, everyone. But I don't know what happens here. I think Microsoft's in a good position. I think they're doing well. I just don't think Sony is just is a freight train right now. It cannot be stopped.
The only major exclusive that I see for the rest of the year is Until Dawn, which is barely a major exclusive. I think it looks like a good game, but that's not going to sell PS4s, and yet they're still going to fly off the shelf. It is the de facto console. If you want a console and you don't specifically want Halo or Gears of War or Rare Replay or Rise of the Tomb Raider a year early, you're going to get a PS4. That just seems to be the mindset that is set in.
And if they start
doing very well,
if they start getting, people jumping ship or getting ready to transition from old consoles for the new Black Ops, and there are a lot of people who probably still play Black Ops 2 on Xbox 360 that are like,
is Black Ops 3 going to be the big jump? Because Advanced Warfare was. I guess Ghosts was the first.
Advanced Warfare was the big one.
Current gen, but Advanced Warfare was the big one.
I think Advanced Warfare was.
You think you'll get another round for
Black Ops 3?
But
Black Ops 3 is the one that a lot of people are waiting. Yeah, it's Black Ops. Black Ops is the new Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So, you could see a lot of people just say, "Yep, I'm going to go with the PlayStation this time around because all I play is Call of Duty. I'm going to be playing Black Ops 3 for the next 2 years or 1 year, 3 years, whatever." I want the content early. I'm just, it's probably going to be better resolution. It has been for the last 2 games. So, there's a lot of reasons that this stuff's happening, but it could get even worse for Microsoft as far as the lead widening. And good on Sony. They're making, this could be the most profitable console they've ever made. Those old consoles they made were at a loss.
Yep.
The PlayStation 4 isn't made at a loss, I don't believe, and And they might sell as many of those as PS2s. And the difference now is they've got the PlayStation Store. They sell tons of games there. Digital stuff is rising. It's just, the console business has been one that has been the vehicle to make money. And, investors, like I said in the article, is like investors could start looking at Sony as a growth opportunity from where they are, because you get that many consoles out there, they can't help but fall into money from peripheral sales, software sales, digital sales and stuff going forward, And, if there's say there's 6 more years left in this console, say even 4 more years, and they have 50% market share, they're going to make a shitload of money on games.
I mean, do you think that this is going to continue to the point where this does honestly surpass the PS2, which is the best-selling console of all time at the moment?
It depends. I mean, I think they're on pace to.
I believe that they are, actually. They're currently... But the PS2 did also start slow, mostly due to stock issues, if I remember my personal experience correctly of trying to track one of those down. It was almost impossible.
I think all of them start out with stock issues from Sony, but I believe if they keep up the pace, and it seems like they are. That's the thing where I kind of postulate that it's possible because they're doing it without games. They're doing it without
any real major work.
Right. It's just goodwill and the message that they've put forward so far. That's how they're doing it. And then what if they just push the pedal down and say, hey, we've got all this money. Let's throw $100 million into a new exclusive or 10 new exclusives.
They're kind of putting the pedal down in 2016.
Right.
From what we've seen.
E3 2015 was putting the pedal down saying, hey, there's a lot of shit coming. It's not coming this year, but it's coming. You should still own a PlayStation 4. And, if there's more of that down the line, and Morpheus, I mean, it could just be, shit could get out of hand.
Yeah. So the PS2 sold over 150 million.
I don't know if they can fail with Morpheus because you're looking at the same person, right? You're looking at the person that's like, I have a PS4 because I don't want a gaming PC. For the most part. Not everybody is, I have a PC, I have this, I have that. Not everybody's that hardcore. I think a lot of people forego having the gaming PC. And I think VR would have to fail everywhere for Sony to fail with Morpheus, I think. I don't think it's going to be a PlayStation Move event. I don't think it's going to be that peripheral.
It's such a big thing that it's the thing that people go to E3 and PAX to try out sometimes. Like the lines for VR are ridiculous to the point where they do online check-ins.
And I think people...
So you get a specific time to go for your appointment to try out a VR headset. People are dying to get their hands on something VR, anything VR. So if people don't have a PC, they're going to get a Morpheus.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty, even if it's not great.
Right.
Which it might not be.
Why? But that's the thing. You don't have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
If you don't have a gaming PC, a $1,500 gaming rig, there's not much to compare it to. If you have a Morpheus, you've got as good as it gets for you, basically. You don't have anything to compare it to. It can't be that bad if they make good experiences, which the Morpheus response has been good. The games that they're making for it has been good. I have not played it, but from what I've heard, people like the Morpheus. I don't think it's getting as much fanfare as some of the PC stuff, but I think that once this stuff hits the market and sites are talking about them, sites are reviewing games, and you can already see it now. Just the talk that comes out of the conventions, like you said, Kyle, when people are waiting in lines and critics and pundits or whatever are going in and looking and playing with these games, and they're coming out and going, that was fucking awesome. I can't wait to have that. when they start reviewing these games and doing it on YouTube, and it's hits mass market or critical mass for that stuff, and the message is out there, people are going to want to go out and get that. And if they can't get it for a PC and they have a PlayStation 4 and it's $200 if it's affordable, they're going to get it.
Yep, I definitely agree. So Sony's future looks bright.
Do you think there's a possibility of them failing, Anthony? Or were you just putting that out there?
I was just putting that out there. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get one personally. I mean, we still haven't really heard much about the price.
That'll be the key determiner.
You think so?
Clearly
it will be. I mean, what am I saying?
Reasonable.
Yeah.
If they can keep it reasonable at all, it's going to do very well for them. Which I think reasonable is
Sony.
300.
We don't know. Yeah, 300 is probably right. Hopefully Sony has learned their lesson. Sony is known to charge a lot for that kind of stuff. What? That's crazy.
$599 or something.
You work a second job for the Morpheus. That would be crazy if they came out and did something like that. They had, they're riding so high on the horse that they did launch it at a high price.
Yeah. If they come out and drop it for $200, people will go nuts.
Yeah, they'll sell that. That's what Sony. Well, the thing with the VR stuff, it's all about getting the right tech in there for the right price, right? It's about that middle ground manufacturing where they don't have to sell it at a loss. They've probably learned that with the PlayStation 4 and said, holy shit, we don't have to spend all this fucking money and lose $100 for every console we sell, and we can still do this like we did with the PS4. And they have more room to work with as far as incentives and bundles and stuff. I mean, it's a no-brainer, but with VR, it's a little bit newer tech, right? So, they might not be able to do that, and they might have to pass that cost on to consumers. It's just unclear right now since they haven't said anything about it. But I mean, I don't think it's going to get crazy. There's no way they can't sell them for $500. They cannot sell the Morpheus for twice the price of a PS4 at that time. By the time it comes out, PS4 will probably have a price drop, right? I don't know.
Hopefully.
They don't need to. They don't need the price drop ever.
They will eventually, because Microsoft's going to get to the point where they're like $299.
Q1 2016 for Morpheus, so I don't see a PS4 price drop by then. I think holiday 2016 might have a price drop.
We're definitely seeing a price drop at E3.
At next year's E3, you think PS4 price drop?
I think somebody's going to do it, and whoever does it first, the other person will follow.
You heard it here
Sony's
first.
Making a big push. Well,
it's
Sony's
just
not at
how
Gamescom.
everything goes.
Sony's not at Gamescom, so they're making a big push for Paris Games Week, which probably in tunes just for the holiday season.
Yeah, I mean, you can't underestimate them doing it before the holiday. Microsoft's gonna $349 is reasonable for the Xbox or PlayStation. I think personally,
it's reasonable, but I think that they even said. I think people have asked them over and over, and I think they said we don't need to drop the price, so we're not going to.
Yeah, well, they don't need to right now, but once sales start slowing down, they will need to. They're both selling like gangbusters right now. Microsoft's, I mean, as much as we say PS4 is dominating, they're dominating. They're just doing like well on a historical like basis. They're doing well, the best that a console has ever done out of the gate, Yeah. And Microsoft is doing well as well. I think the Xbox One is the best-selling Xbox console ever out of the gate. So it's just they're not keeping up with Sony. So, once that initial market is saturated and they've got to start hitting it out to everybody else, they're going to drop the price to get people in there. But goddamn, can you imagine still waiting to get a PS4 or Xbox One? You must just not be into that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, there still are
There are people out there that are like, yeah, I've been waiting, still holding out, waiting for Uncharted. I'm waiting for whatever.
I think backwards compatibility would have helped kick that off a little bit, but apparently it wasn't necessary because they're still selling like crazy. Everything we say, it's like, yeah, that would have been better, but they don't need it. They're doing fine. They're all doing fine
Except Nintendo, Kyle.
Embrace it. Poor Nintendo.
Embrace the suck.
They need a new Pokemon game is what they need.
They came out with one end of last year.
I know.
You want like a console?
Need another one.
Pokemon Snap, please, Nintendo. Why? Why is this not out? Pokemon Snap 2.
Why the fuck do you need Pokemon? I mean, granted, it would work well with that, but we don't need it. No.
Yeah, it will work very well with the gamepad. Why they haven't made it, I don't know.
Because they're getting ready to burn the Wii U to the ground and start over with something else.
Here's the NX.
Abandoned ship.
They are. There was something out. I saw something come across my desk this morning that said something along the lines of Zelda's not coming out next year.
It's a lot of speculation. I don't.
I can pretty much. I pretty much guarantee you that. I guarantee it.
No.
Didn't you say Zelda was coming out this year?
It was scheduled for this year, and then they bumped it to next year.
Bumpity bump.
They're not gonna.
They're bumping it to the new console. Zelda. Remember when they showed that really, really good looking Zelda demo at like
when the Wii U first came out?
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Tis Nintendo.
Wow.
Still couldn't sell these stupid Wii U's.
Remember when consoles could last 10 years and the Wii U is over here at 3 years going, fuck it.
They've got a siren going off in Tokyo or wherever the hell they are.
It's gonna have a normal lifespan by the end of it. I think Nintendo consoles are usually 5 years, so it'll be pretty standard if the NX launches in 2017.
Yeah, Nintendo sticks to the traditional. It's just that Microsoft and Sony broke that mold last time around by waiting so long.
Yep.
And it makes sense for them though. It does make sense. It makes sense for them. It makes sense for the publishers because then they make more money off of the game because it costs them so much more to make the games for the new systems, right? They can ride out a full generation, a full 3-game series in one generation. One game every 2 years, or one, and get full value for their money on an engine or whatever that their initial investment in a new franchise. So it makes sense to extend it longer financially. It makes sense for the console makers. It makes sense for the publishers and developers. But
yeah, definitely.
Nintendo doesn't care because it's all them.
They have people like me that are going to buy their console.
But it's all them in-house making this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't have to appease these people. But we'll see.
I mean, what was it? Over the past couple of days, Square Enix already announced like 2 new Nintendo NX games.
They ended up...
Come on.
They pulled that back. They said, we're considering it for the NX. It is not, because the NX is not actually real at the moment.
Man, that's just Nintendo going, hey, what are you guys doing? We didn't even announce it yet. Shut up.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's real reassuring that a third-party publisher has committed to Nintendo's new console 2 years before it comes out. I want to see them doing that 2 years after it's been on the market.
Yeah.
Because that's what needs to happen with the Nintendo
platform. That's been the cycle every time.
No kidding. It's a bait and switch, man.
Here's all these third-party developers, and I go, yay, finally! And then they release Zombie U, and then it doesn't sell well, and then they abandon ship.
Dude, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2 on the Wii U was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and apparently people are still playing those games on Wii and Wii U. Yeah,
I believe it.
Well, Wii, the online shut down, so probably not. But Wii U, yeah, there's still some people playing old Call of Duty games on there.
Yeah, I mean the Wii U one wasn't bad. They had some gamepad implementation. It played well with the gamepad controller. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They just don't make any money doing it, so it's not worth it.
If you own a Wii U, Please
throw
buy
it in
some
the
third-party
trash.
games. Okay, we
Burn
need
it.
we need to band together, Nintendo fans. We can do this. Put your amiibos away. Set them to the side. Go find some.
Make sure they don't get any gasoline on them as you're dousing your Wii U before you throw it into the bonfire. Because this train is over. There's nothing else coming out for that thing, is there?
The Wii U? I
Yeah.
mean, well, we have Zelda.
Oh,
God.
we have Zelda in quotation marks. We have
Got Yoshi's
Maybe.
Woolly World.
Yarn thingy.
Yoshi's Woolly World. Thank you. It's wool. Here's
we
the
have
thing. Nintendo,
Star Fox.
Nintendo has adopted the policy of not announcing games until like 3 months before they come out. So the release schedule usually does get pretty bare, and then they have a Nintendo Direct, and then it gets all better. So right now, there's nothing.
Yeah,
There's
no, and
practically
then there's
nothing
Super Mario
this
Maker as
year.
well.
Super Mario Maker does look fantastic. That will be a
A
great
lot
game.
of people are excited about that.
Yep, I tried it at E3. It was very, very cool.
It's just none of those games are going to sell the Wii U.
No.
And it almost makes sense for them to hold Zelda back because that will sell the new platform.
It does, except for how much it would piss people off.
It would piss people off, but you would get over it. Don't lie,
I
Kyle.
would.
You would get over it. And there are millions just like you that would be like, all right, well, fuck it. I was going to get the NX anyway. Hey, it's going to be better and probably better graphics and stuff. So, well, whatever. Okay, Nintendo. I'm down. I'm along for the ride again.
Maybe I'm
All
not
right,
wrong.
Nintendo. Well, bend over. It's okay.
As long as they give me an amiibo for it, it's okay.
Oh boy.
That's all I need. Yeah, and apparently they're doing well with their merchandising and stuff, so that should help get them through this rough patch. I think they are back in making a profit, so as much as we get down on Nintendo, they're still doing fine.
Yeah. I mean, they're still selling 3DS, aren't they? Or no? Has that...
They're selling a ton of 3DSs. It's not in its gangbuster years, but it's
Those years
definitely-
are over because everyone has one and has went back to the well to buy another one.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah.
Sometimes multiple times.
Yep.
And you can keep buying them because of that Amiibo add-on they putting out
Oh, I
for
saw
$20
that.
or whatever, right?
I
Yeah.
saw that. Amiibo
The NFC
add-on.
reader.
Will's gonna get one.
Why the fuck would I get one?
So
I
he
don't
can
have
start
any
collecting those
Amiibos.
Amiibos.
I don't
There's not
want
much support for 3DS games at the moment.
no stinking Amiibos. Except for the
gonna
Super
be that
Mario
game.
one.
Oh yeah, the 8-bit one. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So let's talk about what we actually played this week. Will, you reviewed something. I
did.
didn't.
I
What-
did.
what
I
did you
forgot that
play?
I reviewed this bad boy. F1
It popped
20
up out of nowhere, man.
It was out
And
of
I didn't
nowhere.
even know
It
you were playing.
just F1 2015. I reviewed this for the PlayStation 4. It is not the best racing game I've ever played, but I am not a huge F1 racing fan. In fact, I haven't played any of the F1 series. So I had to do a lot of research on this review as to, what the old games had that this one didn't have. And it was pretty obvious because the core game of F1 2015 is kind of lacking in game modes. It's a beautiful game. It's Codemaster's first new-gen F1 game for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It looks great. It plays pretty well. But there's just not much to do in there. So
It
they
looks very pretty.
yeah,
Just
it's
these screenshots look great.
it's a beautiful game. It's got beautiful weather effects. The cars are beautifully modeled. There's like full pit crews, and the tracks are representative of the real world F1 tracks on the circuit. It's an impressive looking game. There's no doubt about that. But like I said in the review, there's no substitute for substance and functionality. And the substance part is more along the lines of game modes is what I'm kind of talking about there. There's only 2 real game modes in F1 2015. One is a career mode where you select one of the racers from the F1 2015 season, which is halfway over right now. You can take this guy, you can take this guy into the F1 season, and you basically run race weekends throughout the standard F1 season. You can have like
is
long
it kind of like a build a racer, or are you
No. There is no build a racer. That's one of the things that that was in the older games.
Okay.
And not in this game. And it kind of follows suit with what a lot of sports game makers have been doing. Their new gen debuts have kind of been toned down as far as features go. Like you see it with the NBA 2K series. We saw it with Madden. Dean has seen it with some of his reviews, and we talked about it extensively. Like NHL saw it, where they didn't have certain modes that fans who play these games on a year in, year out basis get accustomed to having certain things in these games. And when stuff like that isn't there, it kind of makes the package as a whole feel a little bit short. Well,
I mean, with these like yearly franchises, it really is just a matter of small upgrades, incremental upgrades.
Yeah, but
if they lose something, that's really, really bad.
Well, it is really bad, but I think what's going on is the upgrades are so substantial to the graphics and engine behind, that's pushing it for the new consoles, that, that's where the resources are spent. That's where the development money is spent, instead of the game modes features. As franchises mature in the generation, that's why it goes back to what we were talking about in how long console lifespans should be. Because when you get to the tail end of that console life cycle, everything is crammed into that game. They have made iteration after iteration after iteration, game mode features for sports games, season modes, online modes. There's just so much stuff in those games at the end of the generation that when the new generation starts and they upgrade the graphics and all that stuff is missing, it feels a little lacking. And that's the problem with F1 2015, really. And then there's some functionality issues as far as I had a lot of online issues. And I think PC players are experiencing this, but I reviewed it on the PlayStation 4. It's also happening over there. You just can't connect to people. I've tried multiple times to connect to a race. And it's got a cool feature where you can kind of continue doing the single-player stuff while you're looking for a game. But then it brings you out of the single-player mode just to tell you that, no, we couldn't connect to the people who we were trying to connect to. And there's just no rhyme or reason for it. And it's just another thing that kind of takes away from the game experience in general. I gave it a 3 out of 5 because it's fun to play. It looks really, really good, but it doesn't have the modes. It doesn't have enough substance to go back in there and keep playing it. And it doesn't have the functionality in the modes that are there. So it's not a bad looking game. I think Codemasters is probably on the right track with this. F1 2016 will probably, if they listen to the fans and they listen to most of the critics out there, they're probably going to add that stuff back in, at least give players something more to do, and probably fix those online issues. But I mean, if you just want to race by yourself and you just want to turn off all the options and settings and you want it to be a simulation racer, there is some good gameplay in there. I could see people enjoying it. But I personally didn't necessarily.
Yeah, this looks like one of those games that people get like $200 rigs to play, where they have
for
like
sure
a moving car thing with the steering wheel and pedals, and yeah, I can definitely imagine that.
And it is super realistic. Like when you turn off all the assists and do all that, it looks great and handles great, plays well. It's fun, but give me something more to do after that. Give me more substance. Give me something else to continue playing with, because that's only fun for a little while.
It seems like you said, these annual franchises, the first entry on these, on what aren't really new consoles anymore, but the new consoles.
Well, they missed last year. That was the
probably a
thing.
skip. Yeah. So this is their first PS4 and Xbox One entry. So it shows, just like NHL, just like NBA, and just like Madden. But the second one, so far from what we've seen, NHL 16 is looking much better. It's got those features back in. So yeah, like you said, maybe F1 2016 will be fantastic.
Could be. I think people like this series. Codemasters does great. Great racing games. People love dirt. So, I mean, they do make good racing games. It's just a matter of putting those features in, because, like I said, the racing on the tracks feels real good.
Cool.
But
Anthony,
and you played some driving stuff, Kyle.
I played even more Rocket League. I talked about it last week, and I played pretty much all week.
You just kept playing it. You haven't stopped playing it. I watched you play it on Twitch for a little bit.
It has taken over my life. Yep, I started streaming on our channel.
You were just bitching about, we'll take this. We'll take a computer player. We'll take a. This guy's not doing anything. All right, I'll take him on 1-on-3.
My usual teammates were not online, so I was playing by myself. And 1-on-1 doesn't work great. Like 1-on-1 is still fun, but especially if people are watching, it's not too entertaining to watch. So I was trying to get some more 2-on-2.
Unless it's like high level play.
Yeah, which I'm not high level play. I think I'm probably mid level, maybe high mid level at this point.
You look like you were doing all right. You had some skills. You were flipping around doing.
Yeah, I try.
Doing okay.
I miss every once in a while, but overall, still holding my own. I'm pro ranked. And there's like 2 ranks above that, I think, veteran and epic or something. I haven't played too much actual ranked matches. I prefer the more casual, unranked games. But yeah, I'll be streaming more. Twitch. What's our channel? Twitch.tv/Fanboy Attack.
Yep, I think so.
All right. So
I think that is it.
Stream there whenever I'm on, just to kind of. Everyone's been watching. I mean, Rocket League is taking off like crazy.
5 million.
5 million downloads. It's the most downloaded free PS Plus game of all time.
But they're getting ready to roll out the
rolling out some
the
an
premium
upgrade,
stuff.
A free upgrade and a paid DLC, and they're doing it right. Like the free stuff is the map, spectator mode, all the important stuff, and then the paid one, $4, and you get 2 new cars, which the cars don't really act differently enough that is an advantage. And then a lot of cosmetic, like different paint jobs and stuff like that. So they're really doing a good job right out of the gate of maintaining a competitive atmosphere and making sure that people who buy the DLC will enjoy it, but they're not going to be able to dominate the game.
Now,
I'm going to get the DLC.
You've been playing on PC.
I have, yeah. I got it for free on my PS4, but I went ahead and bought it on PC anyway. But
is there any like modding? Can people make their own sort of cars and stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
Some videos have popped up showing some cheating. The team has already said, "Yep, we know exactly what they're doing, and we're already, putting out incremental updates to stop that." I have not run into a single cheater. So, as far as my experience is concerned, cheating is not going on, and it's definitely not rampant. Those videos are kind of the, very rare instance where somebody does figure out a way to cheat, and I'm guessing that they get banned pretty quick.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very locked down because it's meant to be a competitive game. It's already getting some traction in esports. They said that they're talking to pretty much every esports league at the moment, so they should be getting some big stuff. I totally watch a tournament too. I've watched a lot of the top players' streams and stuff, and it's a very entertaining game to watch, so I'm looking forward to it.
You gonna keep playing it?
Yep. Whenever I'm not playing something for review, I'm probably going to be playing Rocket League.
It is addicting.
It's
got good music too. It's got catchy. It's catchy all the way around.
Yeah, and they
Very
keep
good
adding
game.
stuff. They keep
I
adding
haven't
songs.
even downloaded it.
Make sure you get it, especially on your PS4. I mean, it is still free. It is free until August 4th. If you are listening to this, go and grab it. It's one of those games where I've told people to get it, and they've quickly become addicted as well. Like, I think I've got 4 or 5 people that are playing now that just weren't even interested. I wasn't interested. I saw the trailer before it came out, and I was like, "That it's probably gonna be dumb." And now it's like, it's one of my top games of the year so far.
Yeah, it's one of those games that has, just caught on with enough people to make a good community to have a good community of players, and I think that's a lot what goes into that success, right? You've got word of mouth, you've got people saying this is great, you've got people on Twitch playing it, you've got tons of people on Twitch playing it. You've just got, they just hit the right kind of game at the right time, the perfect sort of marketing thing, half of it on PlayStation Plus, half of it on PC. It's priced right. It's just they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And it's a well-made game. So
it is.
There you go.
Very well made game. So again, I said it last week, but if you haven't played Rocket League,
you will keep getting these warning messages. This will be your last warning message before it goes off of PlayStation Plus. So get it before it does.
Get it. And it's still great on PC. It's definitely worth it. It's $20 on there. Totally worth it. I got it on there because there's a cross-play, but you can't team up, which we ran into. Well, you were wanting me to jump on PS4. I'm like,
yeah,
I can't.
I wanted to play. I was like, ooh, I want to play. It's kind of one of those things where you can catch a bug for it. I totally get where you're at right now. I wanted to play, but I think for me, it's playing with friends is kind of fun. And I saw you playing. I saw you by yourself. I'm like, I'm gonna get in there, show Kyle how it's done.
I gotta order a PS4 mic for the few times that I'm on my PS4 and playing online.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful.
Yeah, I thought my PC USB one would work. No, I bought this one, and people said that it would work.
I thought almost all USB mics worked with the PlayStation 4.
Something about its firmware. Like, some of these worked on there, and some of them didn't, and mine won't work. So I'll just get a cheapie. I'll get like $20 PS4 mic, and we'll be able to play. We should be good.
Cool.
Yep. But that's really all that I played this week. I didn't even play GTA Online.
It has taken. Rocket League. It has consumed you.
It has. What about you, Anthony? Did you get any time in?
I did not download Rocket League. I should have. Did not.
Well,
I got caught up with Civilization games.
There you go.
Work, and a lot of. I beat Arkham Knight. I finally got the 100% ending. I'm throwing that in the steelbook and on the shelf. I'm done.
Done. Never touch it again.
You got all the Riddler trophies?
I did them. I did them all. Finished them today.
Jeez. Good job, man.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard, man. Once you get the, once you interrogate everybody, it literally starts to go where it actually tells you. The interrogators are like, I don't know anything, and then you just interrogate them, and then they tell you this stuff that's like in the buildings you have to go inside that have their own map. They start telling you locations inside the map of a map, basically.
Okay.
That's how you know you're getting towards the end there.
Well, I beat the Riddler, like the 9 Riddler things to get Catwoman out of there or whatever.
Yeah, and then he's like, come back later.
And then just come back later when you get 400 Riddler things. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's not 400. It's 243.
Whatever. It's a lot.
But yeah, I did it, and it was pretty damn easy. I mean, I did like 30 of them today.
243. It's super easy.
It really is.
Just 243 of these.
How many hours did you put in?
Tiny things.
I don't know. I didn't look at the thing, but I beat the game. I beat the main story last night. And then
my guess is probably like 60, 70 hours. No?
I don't think so. I mean, I beat the main story last night. I went back and did all the Riddler stuff to get the final ending. Because apparently you could do that, so I was happy that you could do that. I was happy you didn't have to restart a whole new game just to get the good ending.
No, so, yeah, I'm probably going to pop that back in here soon. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
haven't.
I have 57 minutes in mine. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
Your time is coming.
Hopefully soon.
The whole game has made me want to go back and play Arkham Origins.
Yeah, they're all good.
You know?
Those are timeless games.
It makes me really want Rocksteady to do another one though, because of the very ambiguous ending that you get. I'm not gonna spoil it, of course, but
Spoilers.
It's I didn't spoil it. It's like, come on, guys, why you gotta do that to me? Rocksteady, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You're just dicks.
A lot of rumors. I mean, I don't think that they're going to do another Batman game, but I could.
Because all
people are talking about them doing another superhero game.
That's true, but all they really said was that it's the end of this Batman trilogy, of the Arkham trilogy. They didn't say it was the last Batman game, to my knowledge. So it holds out some hope, and then there's the rumors of the Superman, the Suicide Squad movie coming out next year.
They don't need to make another one of these Arkham games. Like, I like the setup of these open worlds. I like the traversal of them. I like the combat. I like the Batmobile. I like all the stuff that's been added from Arkham Asylum all the way up to Arkham Knight. But another one is probably overkill in the same, in that same formula. It's what else? What could they possibly add? The Batwing?
Would you know?
It's gonna be like Batman and Robin.
It takes.
It could be. I mean, there's plenty of Batman to go around.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's
Justice
plenty
League
of
stuff. I mean, there's
between
other stories,
the story,
different types
the comics,
of games,
the shows. They have so much to work with that to end it now would be like, oh, all right, I guess.
But they don't need to make that game, because that's a very formulaic thing they have. It's a formula. It's a good formula, and it works. That's why they made 4 games using that formula. It's an engine. It's something that they built on over the course of 10 years. I just don't think they need to continue to build on that same thing. But I'll take more Batman from them, for sure.
Yeah, like for instance, what if they did a Batman Beyond, where somebody else takes up the mantle, or Bruce Wayne, whatever, and he becomes the Batman Beyond. We could actually kind of fly as this jetpack thing with the wings. So he kind of futuristic Batman.
Yeah, it's not. It's about that formula.
Much larger. The scale would be a lot larger because the buildings would be higher because you could fly, so it'd be a lot different.
Yeah, I don't know if that is that much different.
I don't know.
That's just another gimmick on the same premise. But they have a good one. They might, if they called it quits, they would have not made a bad one.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do another Batman. I think the next one is definitely gonna be Superman.
Or it could be multi-hero game.
I
would like a Superman game
because I'd bet money on it because of all the drops, all the hints, and everything in Arkham Knight. Even the criminals, you're walking around the street, they're like, "This Knight's crazy. What if that guy with the cape shows up and flies around?" They just drop subtle hints throughout the entire game. That's
and if it is coming, they're working on it right now, and it'll be out in probably 2 years.
It'll probably be out. Probably not next year. You're right. You're probably 2 years. Next year's probably going to be another. What is it? That studio that did Arkham Origins.
Montreal.
Probably come out. Yeah, and the rumor that they're working on is Suicide Squad. So I don't know what that's going to be like.
Yeah, if it's going to be an open world, same formula as Arkham Knight, Arkham City, Asylum, and Origins. I don't know. Another one next year? I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't work great for Origins. People were
Origins isn't a bad game. Origins isn't a bad game.
It's money.
It was too soon, and it just didn't improve enough. It almost
didn't do anything
the
different.
Franchise. Yeah.
What you need to sell a Batman game is Batman, the voice actor, and Joker.
The end.
I mean, and the marketing for this one, they didn't use Joker. They used Scarecrow, which is a lot different. And that still sold a hell of a lot because they went with the premise that it's going to be the last one. This is how the Batman dies. So it's like, all right, people bought that. And Origins, holy shit, it's how he first met the Joker and his first encounter with him. That's pretty cool. Let's do that. So the question is, what kind of premise could Montreal come up with to make people want to buy it?
It's more Batman.
Well, they tried it with Origins, and Origins wasn't a horrible premise. I mean, when that story was actually not bad, and they introduced some new characters for that series as well, some different types of boss fights. It just wasn't. I think people were just getting tired of it, and it was there was some traversal stuff that felt a little different than from Rocksteady did as well. But most of it was the exact formula that you're asking for. Premise aside, you're still doing the same stuff. If you're still doing the exact same things, getting the Riddler trophies, engaging in the combat, in doing the detective mode, that stuff's not going to last forever. People are going to get tired of doing that eventually. They've got to come up with not just a new premise or new characters. They've got to come up with, new systems, new gameplay ideas. So,
I think they should take away from like what Grand Theft Auto 5 set up, multiple characters. If you can do like they could do it with Suicide Squad because you're a squad, you're not just one fucking person. Where they could do it so you could play as multiple characters in the key story. Deadshot, Joker, and a couple other people.
Yeah, but one Grand Theft Auto has come out in the same amount of time that 5 of these Arkham games have come out.
That's true. It would take a lot of work.
Or 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about people getting tired of it. With GTA, the difference between GTA 4 and GTA 5 is significant.
Yeah.
Not just in the systems, but there's a whole generational leap between those games, even though they came out on the same consoles, basically. There is definitely a leap in the technology between, what Rocksteady was able to do with GTA 4 and what they did with GTA 5 is a huge difference. And we just haven't seen that in Batman, not even close. And if they did something like that, that'd be great. And those games span 2 consoles. So, I mean, playing Arkham Knight, it's so similar to the stuff you saw in Arkham City. I still think it's a great game. I just, at some point, I'm personally probably going to be tired of that, regardless if they tried something like with the GTA. If you're still using those characters in the same situations, which they do give you access to multiple different characters in Arkham Knight. And they did it in City. I don't think that's enough. I really don't.
Yeah, but it's within close sequences, within certain,
No, I hear you. No, I get what you're saying, and it's not a bad idea. It's just I think they need to add something to it. Like those characters would need to all be fleshed out with unique, very unique abilities and objectives, and they would need to make the game feel a little bit fresher. That's just me. You would be there day one if it was the same thing with the new characters, or if it was just this new thing. It's just a different story. And a lot of people would probably be like that because those Arkham games are awesome. They're very, very good, but eventually people get tired of that. Maybe not. You don't see it. Sometimes you don't see it for 10 years. Call of Duty. People aren't quite tired of it yet. It still sells a lot of copies every year. It's pretty much the same formula that it has been for quite some time.
Yep.
Whomever.
Yeah.
Sorry. Got off on that tangent.
Well, little tangent, but we'll cycle back around. So, I guess that's about it for what we played, but you are excited. Speaking of Call of Duty, there's some Call of Duty goodness coming next week.
There is. There is a brand new map pack coming out for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which I've been playing quite a lot of lately. It's pretty standard fare for the Call of Duty map packs. The Reckoning DLC. It's got 4 new multiplayer maps. The Exo Grapple playlist will come back, and they're going to add one last new weapon to the arsenal, as well as conclude the Exo Zombies cooperative story mode stuff. It's going to be coming out August 4th. I will be there with bells on. I like playing the new map packs when they come out, although I'm not exactly thrilled with the way that they release these things. Because I play hardcore modes and they don't have very many modes available for the DLC, and that's just a personal gripe that I'm sure myself and a lot of hardcore players also have. It's just the way that their playlists are set up. When DLC comes out, you have to play standard, and you can only play like multiple game modes, like search and destroy, or you can't play exactly what you want. Like myself and my friends usually play a very set. We like playing hardcore kill confirmed, and when the map packs come out, we can't, because we want to see the new maps, but we can't play in the modes, you know. Yeah, but I'm still excited for it. I still want to see them.
That's that fragmented community that you get with the charging for maps and everything that we've talked about a little bit before, that some places are trying to get rid of. And it's going to be nice.
Well, I mean, as much money as they've got to be making on these advanced supply drops and gun skins, they could probably do it.
Well, I'm going to play more Rocket League. That's a given. Any free time I have will be taken up by that. But also, Rare Replay is coming out. It comes out next Tuesday, August 4th. Going to be 30 games on there for $30. And many of those 30 games will actually be really good, like Banjo-Kazooie and Perfect Dark and RC Pro-Am, Battletoads. Going to be some good stuff on there. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's one of Microsoft's big ones.
It is, yeah.
For this year.
It's pretty crazy. $30. They were announcing that, and I was like, this is a huge value. This is really cool. And then they were like, I looked online later. They didn't give a price at E3. Saw that it was 30 and not like I was expecting 50, maybe. And I was like, okay, well, there you go. You sold it.
I'm looking forward to reading that review, because that's one thing that will strike some nostalgia with me, because I played all those games growing up, you know, a lot of them.
I played some of them. I definitely played more of their N64 stuff, but just looking at the list, I caught a couple that I was like, oh yeah, I did play that. I just didn't even know it was Rare.
Played the hell out of RC Pro-Am when I was a kid.
I played that on Game Boy. That was a fun Game Boy game.
Nintendo, I think, or Super Nintendo. I forget which one.
I think it was NES. Yeah. They may have had a Super Nintendo.
Well, we used to go to the bowling alley and play off-road. I think it was called Super Off-Road or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the like 4 steering wheels.
With the 4 steering wheels, yeah. And then we moved over to, it was that and WWF. Between that, we just would sink tons of quarters into. And then when RC Pro-Am came out, we just started playing that at home.
Awesome.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. So that's coming out next week, but keep an eye out for a review. And Anthony, how about you? What are you looking forward to next week?
More Civilization. Other than that, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Gamescom announcements. There's going to be a lot of Gamescom stuff. No really games immediately, because it's kind of in lull for me. My next one is probably Gears, the remastered.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Gamescom is what it's starting next week. I guess starting Monday or Tuesday.
Wow. The International 5.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be wild, y'all.
Mafia 3, motherfuckers. Bitch.
There you go. Watch the international. You gonna watch the international, Kyle?
I want to. Is that going on like right now? Is it like the prelims?
Probably like the prelims and stuff, I would guess, are going on. I'm assuming it's like 4 days away. A couple days.
You're going to watch all of it?
Of course.
You're going to watch all of it?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm going to sit on my couch.
Shoot me updates like, hey, big match is coming up or something. I'll try and
I don't
Try and
know,
jump
big. I don't know what I'm watching, Kyle. I just like watching it.
You just watch it.
Just like, and then I'm sleeping on the couch most of the time, and I look up when they start screaming. Like, what's going on? I don't know. Who cares? Woo!
Wow,
Dota.
100,000 people are watching Halo 3 right now? What? What's going on? I pulled up Twitch to look at... Oh, because it's Summer Games done quick. Okay. All right, that makes more sense. Never mind. Scratch my excitement. I thought Halo 3 was making a comeback.
Probably not happening.
But I guess that's about it. Anything else you guys want to talk about? It's been a slow week, so I'm hoping Gamescom kicks things off.
Yeah, I mean, August will start rolling into the big games. Madden usually kicks it off, right? This year they're getting started a little early with Rare Replay.
Yep. So we'll see. So that was I guess we'll just sign off. So that was the Attack of the Fanboy podcast number 21. Thank you for joining us.